The Vodafone case single-handedly, the numbers may be big, has created a perception out there that things can change in this country. And at least I can tell you in the boardroom, our discourses, we got an operation in Kenya where they changed the law. And they say, aha, this is like India there. So if we have fallen to the level of, and why people are betting on US is very clearly, policies don't change that often. There's stability, the market is doing fine. And that's the real issue there. I think we've got to fix this whole point that government, they're not against any policy. All they're saying is have stability in the policies. Have a transition mechanism. Don't create sudden jerks for us so that we just don't know how to react. That's the real issue a businessman is asking. And it's a fair thing which a businessman is asking. And I think as an industry, we have stated this. Secondly, we've stated many of the infrastructure issues, if they're not cleared today, you're going to hit a massive bottleneck 5-6 years down the road. And then you're only doing a catch-up. So you're simply doing catch-up, and our challenge remains still an execution challenge. And there are laws in this country which are very difficult, very bizarre. There is something called, for example, we realized this much later, that we got into biotechnology, and suddenly we realized that we are a foreign company by the definition of Biodiversity Act. If one shareholder is a foreigner, in that act it is termed as a foreign company. And you need prior permission for everything. Now, somebody in Delhi thought that way, and he has not consulted, industry discovers this. And then the whole issue, the way the government is reacting today is not to say that, no, we need to look at the act itself. Their first thing is that they said, okay, so many Indian companies have defaulted, which actually are foreign today because there are FIIs holding stock. They're going to file a case against all of us. And it's needless litigation. If you see, the biggest litigant in the Indian courts is the government and nobody else. And that's created a logjam in decision making and the way people waste their time. So we've created for ourselves a lot of wastage mechanisms which we need to get out of. So there is certainly a reality, and that gets compounded by the perception and the discourse and discussion which goes on. Media adds a layer to it. But if you really say, what are you betting on? We are betting really on the Indian consumer. And finally, we've seen most of the time, the decision making does get rectified in the end. One big plus for the Indian economy is, in a broad sense, a lot of issues are now devolved to states. There are states which are functioning. There are states which are taking the right kind of decision making. I think if devolution of power and decision making happens to states more and more, we are going to see a lot more vibrancy in this economy.